Your NFL and college football headquarters is Dak Cajun Place. With 27 TVs, you won't miss a play or a game. Score 50-cent wings during live games every Monday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. 50-cent wings. And $5 pitchers during live games only at Dak Cajun Place. LSU and Saints fans, wear your team colors and get free Jell-O shots when LSU or the Saints score. Plus brunch on Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 2 with $3 mimosas. Game like a local at Dak Cajun Place.
No one wants to deal with a plumbing, electrical, or HVAC emergency. It's even worse when you're not sure what it'll cost, when it'll get fixed, or if someone's just selling you something. When you call Hiller, you can trust our experts to actually solve your home's problems quickly. And with true transparency pricing, you know the price you're told is the price you'll actually pay. Book online now at happyhiller.com. Happy you'll be, or the service is free.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
Great design is timeless, and that's why Tracy's Fine Jewelry inside Coin and Bullion Reserves offers a stunning selection of vintage, antique, estate jewelry on sale now at 40% off. Exquisite Victorian rings, Art Deco diamond brooches, Georgian and Art Deco bracelets, earrings, and pendants. These one-of-a-kind pieces add personality to any ensemble, and now at 40% off. Find your timeless treasure at Tracy's Fine Jewelry inside Coin and Bullion Reserves.
WPLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Lynn, powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is the Sports Blitz. We don't just talk sports. We start fires. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Straight to the last. It's 4 o'clock. You know what time it is. It's the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. This is a great day. It's a Wednesday. Some people call it hump day. This is our great day. We got Tennessee Brandon in the house. What's going on, Tennessee Brandon?
How you doing, Paul?
I'm doing good. And as always, we got Mr. Florida today, Jeff. How you doing, Jeffrey?
Yeah, y'all decked out in the SEC gear today.
That's right, baby.
Hey,
we got some pigs later.
I'm wondering what's going on with that hat with Brandon now. What is on that
All right,
thing?
so this is the definition of a volunteer.
That's a volunteer, though.
Yeah,
but I see the gun across the bottom.
Yes, this is a rifleman. This is one of our logos back in the 1980s.
Yep.
It's a representative of Davy Crockett. Davy Crockett was the ideal volunteer.
Yeah.
And that's where our mascot is. So I think it was like 1983. I think this was our logo, and then we went back to the Power T.
You're not a true SEC fan unless you know that.
Don't ever put that on the helmet.
Hey, I understand.
That would look awful
I
on a
understand
helmet.
you don't know this, considering you said that Tennessee wasn't a top 10 program of all time. So this,
and I'll stand by that. I really have them at like number 11 or 12.
Yeah, they're more like 9 or 10, but we can debate that another time.
No.
I think that's a pretty good one.
You know, when you bring the hardware, you can talk. But, LSU's been to 4 national titles since the last time Tennessee even appeared.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think he's saying LSU's not in the top 10.
Yeah, LSU is number 10, probably.
But
I feel like we are number 10.
yeah, I mean,
If you really look at and crunch all the numbers, the last time I did it, LSU was number 10.
Don't forget T. Martin from Mobile, Alabama, may I say.
Now, LSU's more like that second tier with kind of like us, Texas, Nebraska, Penn State. I mean, LSU and Tennessee, we're not up there with like the Alabamas, Michigans, Notre Dames, Ohio States, USC's.
If you talk to a Texas person, they're going to say they're like number. No, they really would say they're like number 5, and some of them even say they're even higher than that. Because these Longhorns are crazy.
A little delusional.
Wait, is the guy from Lone
Star is coming tomorrow.
Boylehouse,
big Texas fan,
and he's a big Texas fan. We're gonna have problems.
Let him know the real UT said, "Hey."
Yeah, well, we're gonna definitely have some problems.
Yeah, we're gonna have
sit
problems
right there.
Yeah.
He's gonna have.
And
to
you know
sit
what's
right
the crazy part is? Bama don't play him this year.
No.
LSU don't play Texas this year, we still gonna have problems.
Yeah. This is a great day. Wednesday already starting off with a bang. Yesterday, I will say I did get a call about you yesterday from one of the friends from Facebook here.
There we go.
And they told me to tell Bayou Bob.
There's another name.
That's a good one.
Tell Bayou Bob to go to bed at night and stop. So they said you yawned yesterday about 20 times.
I was so tired.
Yeah.
I needed a nap. I really did. And the funny part about it is that I was tired the day before also. I didn't get a nap before, because, look, I work outside at the airport.
Yeah.
And, it can be a little taxing on you,
Yeah.
The heat and everything. But we got that cool front in yesterday morning.
Yeah.
But I was tired. And the crazy part about it, people can knock me or whatever. But Monday, we had the PCB Hobby Takeover is what it's called, right? And I'm not huge into that stuff. I have had some memorabilia stuff sports-wise.
Right.
So yesterday I took upon myself to go educate myself because I feel like, you don't just say you don't like something, you try things, right?
Yeah.
So I went over there. Brian Haddad was over there, Coach Brian. And then I got to see what they had in store and everything. And,
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm more of, when you walk into the far back right, it's like 27 feet of sports memorabilia.
Oh,
yeah.
Cards on the wall. And
jerseys, helmets.
Yeah, helmets. He was telling me about some helmets that he sold and everything. And somebody told him that Keith Hernandez Mets jersey wasn't going to sell. And he was like, it was the first one to sell. Some people think that they know. And you know what's the funny part about Keith Hernandez?
What?
It sold probably because of Seinfeld. Because he was all in that,
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. So, you never know what's going to sell.
Yeah.
Because people, they like things. Tennessee memorabilia, what would you say would be, a Peyton Manning jersey would be signed?
Yeah,
That'd be a top three.
Probably top one. Peyton Manning.
It probably might be one of the top things, if not the top thing.
What would be your, if you had one thing that you could have for sure, what would it be?
Oh, if I have for sure, it would have to definitely be something of Peyton Manning's, like a signed jersey. So I think you guys are right. My buddy actually sat next to Peyton the other day, having lunch, low key in Chattanooga. I don't know if y'all know, but Peyton Manning's son is going to Marshall High School in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Yeah. So my buddy, he lives in Chattanooga, was sitting there and took a little sneaky Snapchat of Peyton sitting there, and he ended up saying hey to Peyton. Peyton asked him to keep it very low key, that they've had this whole tour in Chattanooga without being really recognized, and he would like to keep it that way.
Really? They're looking the other way. They're like, look, we're not crazy fans. We don't want to disturb them.
Yeah.
Because they're like that.
Yeah, they are like that. So he's starting his freshman year at Baylor. Really, really rooting for the kid. Hopefully an awesome Tennessee Volunteer prospect in about 4 years.
Yeah, could possibly be.
If I had we talked about not betting earlier. Guess what? I'd lay really good odds on Marshall going to Tennessee. If I did bet.
If you did bet.
Marshall going to Tennessee Volunteers would be,
that hype would be real.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
It really will be.
Goodness.
Yeah, because we think Arch is a big deal. And, he is, don't get me wrong. But I think Peyton's son, because everybody that's alive right now has seen Peyton play. Yeah. Whereas there's people alive right now that don't, they've never even seen footage of Archie Manning playing.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? From the old days.
He wasn't playing, he was running for his life.
Yeah.
Things were bad.
Yeah, they were real bad. So but and Ole Miss wasn't great at that time either, were they?
When Archie was there? Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Were they good?
They beat Bama. I think it was 68 or 69.
I wasn't alive.
No, let me tell you. If you ever watch a documentary on Archie, you'll see he basically single-handedly beat Alabama. I think they put 41 points on the board. And back then,
that's a lot of points.
That's a lot of points. And he was passing all over. He was running for his life. The line wasn't that's Bear Bryant team.
Yeah.
We're talking.
Yeah,
that was a big deal.
That's the point. That's the point.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen him much. I don't know much about him.
No,
being Archie.
I think Archie was a third pick in the first round.
Yeah. I mean,
that's
so.
a pretty big deal.
Yeah, I believe it. So so anyway, going back to the whole thing, we're glad glad to have Bayou Bob back. I'll tell you what, if you're sleepy or if you're tired, we're gonna call you Bayou Bob. So if you hear Bayou Bob, that means to get you a drink of your Pepsi and get juiced up. Let's go.
You know what?
Let's go.
They could have got a better name than that. There is no Bobs down the Bayou.
I don't care.
I can guarantee you.
I think Bayou Bob is hilarious. So we appreciate that.
No, what's the water boy?
Bobby Boucher. So
Oh my God, Bobby
so you're wrong.
Yeah,
absolutely.
well,
So it won't be the first time.
Adam Sandler's not from down the Bayou.
That's right.
That.
So I'll tell you this: if you want to talk to Bayou Bob today, you can call the Red 7T's phone line. Call, text 850-215-6290. Guys, we really, really have breaking news. It came right before we were coming on the air. Want to talk about it. You're going to laugh, I believe. But let me get my phone out. I'm going to read it exactly how it's written just so everybody knows about it because you've probably seen it. Jordan Hudson. Do you know who that is?
No.
Jordan Hudson.
No.
Neither one of you know who Jordan Hudson is.
Tell me about it.
Jordan Hudson, who is Bill Belichick's girlfriend, and is the manager of the TCE Rights Management, which is managed by Hudson, filed a trademark application for the term gold digger to be used for her jewelry and keychains. This is from People Magazine, TMZ. Everybody's posting about it. So Jordan Hudson, Bill Belichick's girlfriend, has just filed for a trademark for gold digger jewelry.
Say divorce.
I mean,
No, she's not. They're not married.
tell me you're a gold digger without telling me you're a gold digger.
I mean,
how
many people, though? It's so smart. It's a smart marketing tool. How many people are going to type in gold digger
and they're going to see her merchandise?
Her merchandise.
Yeah, 100%. They're going to see her face. They're
Her
gonna see
face,
her brand.
what she's pushing, and all of that.
Yeah,
because, they're 50 years apart. And, I hear people all the time talking about this and that, about their opinion about it. Look, if he wants to live his best life now, if he wants to YOLO, whatever that means, I know.
You only live once.
Okay, if he wants to YOLO, then let the man YOLO. Let him be a college football coach at University of North Carolina. Let him date, marry, whoever he wants, and looks like she's playing on with it because that was pretty good.
So we think that Kim Kardashian missed the boat on trademarking that.
That's right.
Basically.
Yeah. So I mean,
because Kanye had a song, she ain't nothing but a gold digger.
Really?
Yeah.
I never heard it. I wouldn't know. Bayou Bob knows Kanye.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Well, you got to think. Yesterday we started the show out with Travis Kelce
And the T-Swift marriage.
and Turner Swift, Taylor Swift.
Now,
Trailer.
I was talking about that at work today. Do they take any other last name? They keep their same last name.
Well, what they're going to do is Taylor Swift's going to keep her last name, and then Travis Kelce is going to be on the back of his jersey. It's going to say Kelce-Swift.
Oh my goodness, that can't happen.
So that's probably what's going to happen. You know how everybody puts two names on their jersey now or whatever. So there we go, Taylor or Kelce-Swift on the back of
There's already been.
I agree, Bone Crusher.
There's already been memes like that. Other memes are his best man's gonna be a referee.
Yeah, I saw that.
I seen one of the things that was like under review. His knee did not hit the ground when his proposal. His knee never.
Oh
hit
yeah,
the ground,
so it's no good.
Like
Yep,
no
so the
good.
proposal's no good.
I've seen all kinds of things.
But yeah, it's crazy, all of this stuff happening. And the thing is that people say, well, it's not sports. It's not tied to sports. It kind of is.
Yeah,
it's the coaches. It's the players because they have lives too. And we, for whatever reason, we love it. People are interested in it. And you got to think, and we talked about it yesterday, Brendan, when you look at, A-Rod, marrying J-Lo, when you talk about these famous people getting together.
Russell Wilson and Sierra.
Yeah, when you see those people get together like that, that's a big deal.
What is it,
It's a
Jeff?
big deal.
I have a joke I can't tell.
Okay, let's not. All right, moving on.
But when you look at them playing and then you watch their lives out, in public like that, it's pretty good. Now, do you think this is it for Travis Kelce? Do you think this is his last year? Because you got to think he's getting up in age. Andy Reid's getting up in age, and
everybody's getting up. Nobody's getting younger. Pete Carroll. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Saban was getting 70. He's 70, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody is.
Yeah.
I mean, all the signs are pointing that way.
Yeah, his numbers were down last year.
I think they'll go back up this year. I think he'll be really productive in that style of offense, especially with this suspension, Rashid Rice.
Yeah,
they're going to have a go-to guy these first 6 games. Might get them going. I think with the whole, let's just say, the honeymoon phase, the whole year out of the way. I mean, the whole first year, you're head over heels. You're so involved. You are. I think he was distracted.
Yeah.
Now that I think that he's got this kind of quote unquote like wound up, he's settling down. This is who he wants to be with. Hopefully, he can kind of focus a little more on football.
Yeah. Well, if you look at it, you look at what he's done in his life after last season, though. So obviously, the number one thing being getting engaged to her. He was in Happy Gilmore 2.
Yeah, great movie, by the way.
If you look, he started the podcast with his brother.
New Heights.
And then he's got the other stuff where he's doing commercials everywhere all the time, too. So now, I mean, you can kind of see life after football is going to be very lucrative for him financially.
Very much
and
so.
And then not only that, but he is going to be marrying a billionaire.
Yeah, I mean, his brother went to the broadcast booth. I mean, right straight from the Eagles. So, I mean, there's definitely a future for him. I mean, he's been in a couple of other, like, Netflix shows or some other small TV shows. He's got an acting career, a commentating career. I mean, he really doesn't have to work if he doesn't want to now.
No.
I mean, especially, speaking of gold diggers, I mean, Taylor Swift is extremely...
So we got 823 yards is what Kelsey had last year.
Yeah, that was a big drop off.
It's his lowest since his rookie year, 2013.
Yeah.
Can you believe he's been around for 12 years like that?
I can, yeah.
Okay, so you're betting that he has more than 823 yards this year starting?
I mean, you're talking about that's the lowest in his career?
Yeah.
Other than his rookie year?
Yeah.
What points did he have lower than that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'd be curious to see how it goes.
I mean, do you know who his quarterback is?
Yeah.
Okay, let's remember that.
He got older, too.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, I wouldn't count. You know what? A lot of people are counting them out. They're like, oh, they got destroyed. They're on the back end. They're moving down. Things are going crazy. Rice got suspended. But you can't count Patrick Mahomes
No,
down.
I mean, they had back-to-back Super Bowls, made it to the third, lost, and then here's year 4. I mean, where's the decline? They've made 3 straight Super Bowls.
Right. And I mean, I get it.
Bills got to figure it out.
They got to.
And if the Bills don't figure it out, I think the Ravens are going to Super Bowl this year.
That's what a lot of people are saying.
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, last year when they added Derrick Henry, we were like, oh, wow, they were already a good team.
They added a couple.
Now they got Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, what's going to stop them? Well, it was the Chiefs.
Yeah. And it'll probably be that again. But when you look at what happened over the weekend, or it didn't happen over the weekend, but they just come out with it, I figured this would be good to share while you were here. Former Vanderbilt quarterback, former NFL quarterback, Jay Cutler, now this weekend has to serve his 4 days in jail for his DUI. So the former Vanderbilt quarterback had a DUI, and they just sentenced him to 4 days in jail, and so he'll be serving that this weekend. Craziest weekend to be serving it. I guess he didn't want to do it on the, Labor Day, but college football weekend. I mean, you're going to be watching college football in prison or jail, whatever. I mean, that doesn't seem too fun to me.
Usually don't serve jail time on your first DUI.
You're right.
So
usually now here's the question.
I'm just saying.
No, but here's the question. When you do get arrested for the first time, usually you go to jail, right, and then you get bailed out. I wonder if he didn't even go to jail when he initially
he
first
may have
got.
thought.
Because you know what?
I'm Jay Cutler.
I'm Jay Cutler, and my lawyer is on my speed dial, and they probably, to me and you, the cop would say, you can't call anybody right now. Mm-hmm. We're putting you in jail.
Yeah.
So I wonder if you even landed in jail overnight, because that's what usually happens. But, some states are really stiff. I mean, Florida's kind of stiff on the DUI.
Yeah.
I know there's some states that are really, really harsh on it.
Yeah. I don't know. It'd be curious to see if he really did spend the night in jail like me or you or us would have done because
And what state is this also?
I don't know. I'd have to check. But either way.
Because Tennessee, they don't care. They're like, go.
No, honestly, I mean, I know of people with 2 or 3 who hadn't gotten to spend any jail time.
That is crazy.
Talking about breathalyzers, ankle bracelets. They give them every chance in the book. But, I mean, Tennessee's,
what's the tube that you have to blow into?
Yeah, I know someone who once upon a time had that.
Yeah. But
and you know what they do, right? They give them a Tennessee outfit, volunteers, and they put them on the side of
the jail suit?
They're picking up the trash on the side.
Oh.
Yeah. Orange.
Yeah,
Corrections.
We probably should have held off and played our video this week, just since it was, but it'll probably find its way back on on a certain week in October, I'm sure.
Hey, I have a correction. I have a correction from yesterday's show.
Okay, what's that?
I vastly overrated what Taylor Swift and Kelsey are worth. I went ahead and looked it up.
Okay.
Because remember I said it was like $5 billion.
Well, you said she was like, I thought you said she was at 5. I thought you said $8 billion.
No, I think I said $5 to $6 billion.
Okay.
She's $1.6 billion.
Okay.
Still a lot.
Still a lot of money.
$1 billion, yeah.
And I thought that Kelsey was around 100 mil. Only 30. He's only worth $30 million.
Really?
He's the best tight end in the last decade.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Gronk. I'm sorry, second best. Good. Gronk was the best. Gronk was better than Kelsey in the last decade. Nah, Gronk was better.
I don't know.
But anyway,
like Kelsey,
second best. So
we'll have that debate.
So 30 compared to 1.6 billion is 53 times richer than him.
Yeah. Well, I
told you he doesn't have to work again if he doesn't want to.
I thought he was 300 million, something like that, but
30 million.
30 million.
He's probably spent about 20 in his lifetime.
Yeah.
He probably was, if he just saved all of his money,
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but when you look at it, I mean, they're not going to be looking for a job anytime soon, and their kids won't be able. If they have kids, they won't be looking. That would be the real question to ask. If they do have kids, will the last name be Kelsey or will it be Swift?
It'd be one of those.
If it's a girl, you name it Swift. If it's a boy, you name it Kelsey. And that's kind of what they probably are going to do.
It's an interesting take.
I don't know. It could be. It could be one or the other. Real quick, talking about, we just go through this first 20 minutes. We talk about a lot of stuff sports related, but this really isn't sports related. Just wanted to bring it up just because, I don't know. I mean, people are talking about it. What do y'all think about the old Cracker Barrel? They changed their mind. They changed it back. Good. Our guy's going to be sitting down by the barrel now.
I think Cracker Barrel is based in Tennessee.
I can't confirm or deny that, but it does seem like a very, very Tennessee thing.
It is a Tennessee thing. Waffle House is Norcross, Georgia.
Yeah, well, we know that. Yeah,
so Crystals, Mountain Dew, all Tennessee.
Really,
things.
All Tennessee things.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Moon pies, Little Debbie's.
Little Debbie. That's what I was going to say. They have a Little Debbie park, and you can go and they have like an oatmeal cream pie bench. Yeah. It's a shape of an oatmeal.
I think it's in Collegedale, Tennessee.
This is a real thing.
Well, you do realize that Coach Saban, that's what his breakfast is every day. Oatmeal cream pies. So realistically, Tennessee won. They could claim some of the national championship.
There we go. We got a little piece of it.
You know what? I will tell you. Oatmeal cream pie is my number one Little Debbie to go to.
Is it?
Yeah.
But I got to have a cold glass of milk with it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not a big, I'll eat them, but I'm not big. What's yours?
Oatmeal cream or maybe some zebra cakes.
Zebra cakes. Yeah, like zebra cakes are good.
The Christmas trees in the Christmas time.
Oh my God.
Yeah, let me tell you about
I mean, no, there's people who really just brag on that.
Yeah.
Of course, the fudge rounds, nutty bars, nutty buddies, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, those things are pretty high up on some people's list. But the weirdest thing is the cosmic brownies.
Yeah, they're not very good. I don't like those.
Really a brownie?
You know what? Since y'all said this, you can call in, you can text in your favorite Little Debbie brownie or Little Debbie cake today, 850-215-6290. We're going to go ahead and take our first break, and when we come back, we're going to be discussing more stuff, probably something that we're not thinking about. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Taking your hot takes, rants, and takedowns. Let's hear it on the Red 7T studio line. 850-215-6290. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida broadcasts the biggest and best games of the week. We're your headquarters for premier matchups, huge rivalries, and fan favorites. The games of the week. Notre Dame versus Miami, Baylor at Auburn, and LSU at Clemson. The Gulf Coast headquarters for college football is 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your forecast on this Wednesday. Sunshine the remainder of the day with a light breeze out of the west-northwest around 7 miles per hour and look for it to be 87. Tonight there will be clear skies with the temperature reaching 72. Sunny tomorrow with a high of 89. Friday we'll have a high of 86 and a chance of thunderstorms. This weather is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
With over 65 years of combined experience, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to help you take your collection to the next level. They carry all the new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia, and supplies. New and vintage cards and Pokemon. They sell and trade cards and are always looking to buy. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards is open 7 days a week at 752 West 23rd Street, down from Academy Sports. It can always be reached at InstantReplaySportsCards.com.
Looking for dependable civil construction in the Florida Panhandle? CBC Construction has you covered. From land clearing and drainage to roads and underground utilities, CBC delivers high-quality work on time and on budget. Locally owned and operated, CBC is trusted by schools, developers, and municipalities. To learn more, call CBC Construction 850-740-3815 or visit cbcconstruction.com. That's cbcconstruction.com.
Transmitting from the CBC Construction Studio, the Sports Blitz.
Welcome home, baby.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We are having a good time. We got Tennessee Brandon here with us. We got Bayou Bob on the mic. And don't forget, we got the Bone Crusher in the building. He's running the ones and twos for us. Thank you, Bone Crusher. I appreciate you being here.
All right.
Atta baby.
Thank you, man. So, guys, real quick, we're going to get into some deep sports talk about some other stuff. But real quick, I know that a lot of people are affected by this. There's a lot of stuff going on with the Fox Network and YouTube. And so it says that Fox has until 5 o'clock Eastern time, which was already happened on Wednesday today, to come to an agreement with YouTube TV on a deal for the network and its corresponding sports channels to be carried on the streaming service this fall.
Oh, wow.
YouTube TV will offer a $10 credit to subscribers should Fox properties become unavailable for an extended period of time. Think about that. Fox is carrying Ohio State and Texas.
Yeah, that's huge.
Fox is carrying, I think, Notre Dame and Miami. So those games this weekend, if you're on YouTube TV, you might better check the internet and see whether or not you're going to have those games or not, because that's not a good thing for YouTubers. Now, I know we've talked about it. Don't you have YouTube TV?
I have YouTube TV. I don't have cable. That's my sole source of sports entertainment.
Yeah.
So I have the sports package, all the ACC network, SEC network, Fox. I mean, whatever game's on, I've got it.
Yeah, so you might be having to go to a restaurant to watch the games, which you probably are, or probably doing something anyway, but yeah.
No, I'm a home game watcher.
You are?
I do not like to go out in public when I watch games. I'm a stand pacer. I like to hear the game, the commentators. I like to hear the announcements. I like to yell and scream sometimes. They get real excited, so I'm not fit for a public place when watching a very emotionally invested game. Tennessee, Alabama? Home.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I don't love it. I watched the national championship against LSU at a restaurant one time, and I just hated it. I really hated a big game at a restaurant for me with my team playing. It just wasn't good because I don't know. I felt myself having to hold back and not say something or get aggravated at the TV.
Yeah.
Because it's the TV's fault, or the referees can hear me when I'm talking. So, that's the whole thing too. Or if I've got something in my hand, a pillow or whatever, I'll throw it or whatever. So
I'm cut from a different cloth.
Yeah.
I will go out and watch the game somewhere, and I do enjoy myself when I go out to like different places to go watch the game. And like I was telling you, when Alabama was playing Tennessee this past year, they filled up neons, and it was all half and half and nobody's getting in trouble or anything like that. And I'm just an LSU fan just watching the game.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because neon's not around anymore, and you have all these TVs just circling you. It's such a great place to watch a game. And Neon 72 is the other place.
Not as good.
No, I mean, it's not the same.
Well, we just got a comment, and this one's going to kind of hit close to home. Somebody with the last name Wilson, and it's a female,
Here we go.
wrote, I know someone who watches games on silent because of the announcers. That would be me.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
On silent? But when there's a penalty, you turn it off.
Because a lot of the games that Alabama plays obviously are on national television. So Gary Danielson calls the games, and I can't stand Gary Danielson. I liked Vern Lutzquist. I mean, he's good.
Vern was great.
Vern was good, but Gary, no.
I don't hate anybody as far as like announcing a game. Yeah. Like even Kirk Herbstreit, I really don't hate anybody like that.
What about Danny Cannell?
Danny Cannell, I dislike Danny Cannell because some of his opinions are wrong.
Yeah, dead wrong. Dead wrong.
But no, I don't really hate any commentators. I mean, my wife didn't like Joe Buck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of hers that she just didn't like. And then there's a lot of people who whine and complain, oh, they don't like my team. They're biased against my team. I'm like, get over it, man. It's really not that bad. Who do you dislike as far as like play-by-play?
Well, Gary hates on Tennessee quite a bit. Me and my buddy Austin, we don't like Gary. He
Yeah, you go ahead. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
Good.
Anyway, so probably Gary Danielson is probably one of mine.
I can't stand him. So the Eli Gold used to call all of the Alabama games, and he was the best. And Kenny Stabler used to be on the air with him. And Kenny Stabler, well, that's what I was going to say. A lot of times it didn't sound like he was. So, but that was what was great about it. And he'd be like, "What happened, Snake?" And he's like, "I don't know. He's gone. He fell down." So anyway, we've got a caller on the Red 70s phone line. And Harold, are you with me?
I am, and I appreciate you talking about old Kenny from over there in the Mississippi. He brings back fond memories.
He's from Mobile, right?
Yeah, he's from
west of there.
He's from Alabama. Foley, Alabama is where he went to high school.
That's east of
there.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes. Yeah.
Go ahead, Harold.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, Harold.
Hello? Hey, Siri, call ESPN Northwest Florida.
Are you still there?
Hey, are y'all there?
Yes,
y'all
we are.
Cut me off?
No, we did not.
Okay, I thought Stabler was from Mississippi. Hung out over there a lot. Anyway, he's dead. It doesn't matter. Let's talk about Red and Alabama team.
Wow.
All right, they're going to Tallahassee, as you know, in a few hours. And I was told today they're 10-1 to win the national championship.
Come on.
Somebody thought that was a good bet. I just do not agree with that. But they can lose over there. That's what's fascinating about this year. Texas can lose in Columbus.
Yeah.
And not Georgia, of course, Ohio. Anyway, you know who Harold Lloyd Jenkins was?
I don't.
That's Conway Twitty, brother.
Oh,
I'm calling you Casadega, and this is Mike Cube. You've been had. But anyway, Tennessee, I got news for you. Hold on. Don't cut me off. Hendon Hooker has been acquired by the Charlotte Panthers, or whatever they're called. Carolina
Panthers.
Yeah, whatever. And another Tennessee quarterback who is better than Shedeur Sanders.
Well, Tennessee quarterback going to replace an Alabama quarterback at the Panthers.
He's not.
Well, no. He's not for that. Listen, man, we know Bryce Young is the real deal, and I believe it.
Yes.
Even though, as some people point out, he is, just a little bit taller than the guy out there in Phoenix. Anyway, who is a good quarterback too. Let me ask you this though, really seriously. Can Alabama still get in the playoffs if they lose to Florida State?
Yes. They got to win.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
They run the table. They beat Tennessee in Tuscaloosa. They beat Auburn wherever they're playing them, and then they maybe don't lose to Vanderbilt this year. I think they can get.
Yeah, that helps out a lot.
But you know how I feel about it, though.
How do you feel about it?
I hope they don't.
Why is that?
Man, I'm a Tennessee fan. Come on.
Oh.
You think I'm joking about this?
Okay, I didn't know.
I make a lot of fun about it, but I'm for Auburn when they play Alabama, brother.
That's messed up.
Y'all
Harold.
have a good one. By the way, are they going to beat Baylor?
Auburn?
Yeah.
Yes.
They better.
I think they will. Not just the spread. I think they'll beat them.
In trouble. I think the Redhead is in trouble if he can't win in Waco.
I believe that. That's a true statement.
All right. Y'all have a great day on the world's most beautiful beaches. I tell you who's going to win. Wake Forest will beat Kennesaw State Friday night.
That's a great one. We thank you for that, Harold. Have a good weekend, my friend, of watching some college football. Now, real quick, before we continue, let's go over something that we need to with the Braves. The Braves won 2 more games yesterday and today, actually. And the thing is that the one that needs to make himself valuable, Mr. Ozzie Albies, did it last night, did it again today. So 2 home runs last night, 1 home run today. The Braves really looking good for the last 2 games. Obviously, they're playing the lowly, and when I say lowly, the Nationals. I mean, there's really not, big deal about them. You know who one person that we really haven't talked about on the show very much, and that's Profar. He really is a good baseball player and taking over that leadoff spot. Today he went 2 for 3. He had 2 home runs, 2 RBIs. Braves won 12-1 over the Marlins. I said the Nationals. I meant to say the Marlins.
Yeah. Big difference because third place and in the playoff race compared to the Nationals is the bottom basement.
Bottom basement. Yeah, that's who the Yankees are playing.
Yeah. And destroying.
If you look at Matt Olson today, 2 for 5 with a home run. Like I said, Albies 2 for 5 with a home run. Michael Harris Jr., 2 for 5 with a home run. So Albies had 5 RBIs. Harris had 3 RBIs. Olson and Profar both had 2 RBIs. And the young pitcher Wentz, he had a good day again. So that's the deal. The Braves have the stuff. It's just putting it together. He went 6 2/3, gave up 4 hits, 5 strikeouts, 1 earned run. Yesterday, Hurston Waldrop, another one, young guy, 5 innings, gave up 8 hits, but only gave up 1 earned run. So the thing is, the Braves have the pitching. I know we've talked about it. They're your team. They're my team.
Yes, sir.
They're not necessarily your team, but realistically, when you look at the Braves, the guys that are really starting to come on board and hit the baseball, they're starting to make themselves valuable because the Braves, again, if they can get Albies out of there, Ozuna out of there, Murphy out of there, if they want to dangle Michael Harris, I'm fine with it. If you can bring a Schwarber, if you can bring somebody that's swinging a big stick, and I'm not talking just on the back end of their career. I'm talking like a for real deal player. And when you look at the Braves, look at how good they are and what they're doing, they're getting to that place to where they don't have a shot anymore.
No.
I mean, the shot's gone. I mean, what's it,
less than 1%. It's like 0.1.
No, it's 0.1%. So a tenth of a
point. Yeah. And that's because of what they did with the Mets. I mean, realistically, they dropped 2 to the Mets. That dropped them even more because when we first started talking about it, they were at 0.4, I believe it was. It was like 0.4, so they dropped.
It's not just losing to the Mets, though. Time's running out.
Yeah,
every time you lose, it is a setback. That's going to drop it down.
Yeah.
And there's too many teams between them and the Mets because, got 5 teams between you, or 4 now, probably.
Well, we have looks like 5 teams.
So it's still 5.
I mean, and like I said, in the last 10 games we went 6 and 4.
But the Mets aren't moving. I'm sorry, not the Mets. The Reds aren't moving.
No, the Reds, they went 4 and 6 in their last 10. Cardinals 4 and 6. San Fran 5 and 5. Diamondbacks 4 and 6. Marlins 4 and 6. Us 6 and 4. So I mean, we made a little bit of progress.
One team that's 5 and 5.
Yeah.
The Giants, you said?
Well, in the last 10, yeah.
That's it.
So I mean, we made a little
nobody's
bit of progress.
moving.
Really
so the top 6 are moving away from the next 5.
Well, they are, but like he said, the Braves have in 10 games are 6 and 4. Pretty much everybody else is 4 and 6. So
sub 500.
So they're not losing enough. They need to be the 1-9s and the 2-8s to make any kind of difference, and it needs to be those.
Well,
teams.
the Mets need to drop off.
And they haven't.
The cliff.
And
they were for, 2 or 3 weeks.
They're hot right now.
Yeah, they're starting to come back.
They're starting to get hot again. They got hot last night. And that's the thing. Like, that, you know what, though? And I know, guys, don't get me wrong. We loathe college football. We love it. But right now is the most exciting time for baseball when it starts to kick in, to start seeing who's going to win these wild cards. And for me, I just can't not talk about it during the day. I can't make this just a college football show only. And I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about football. If we have some breaking news on basketball, we're going to talk about everything. And so we want to be your source for a plethora of sports. So that's why we're talking more about it, because this is the best time of year for baseball.
This is the best time for baseball, but right now there's I don't want to say a divide, but it's almost like the top 6 are now pulling away.
Yeah.
And the race is not on as it could be. I mean, you could have a really hot race right now, and it's not happening.
Well, and it's because the only race to me that if you look at it right now, and he's probably looking, is whether or not the Mariners are going to get in, or is it going to be the Royals? Because Bobby Witt Jr. and that group they're doing really good, and I don't think that
Mariners are barely hanging on. They're 3-7 in their last 10 games.
That's
and
what
you
I'm
have
talking.
the Royals
That's
and the Rangers who are 6-4.
See,
the Guardians.
So are they 2 or 2.5 games behind? The Royals are behind.
They're 3 games.
3 games. There's a lot.
Yeah, but we still got 30 games left.
30 games exactly for most of these teams.
Yes,
and you see how it's trending. I mean, Royals are above 500 in their last 10, and Mariners are well below 500 their last 10.
So I'm surprised because the Cal's who've been talking about.
Oh,
yeah. And I was talking to MVP 2 days ago.
Yeah, and still there. He hit 50, so he's still there.
I wonder if he can take that RBI thing.
Well, and this is the deal. We can't talk about the Braves only. We've got to bring up.
No.
There we go.
Yeah, here we go. We got to talk about it. Oh, you got to talk about the New York Yankees. And the thing is that they played already today, too, and they won again. And guess what happened? Guess what happened?
Judge hit
all rise. Aaron Judge went yard, so that's a good thing. Now, the story of the Yankees right now is none other than Giancarlo Stanton. Let's read some of his stats real quick. He's now has a slugging percentage of 1.219 over his last 11 games. Now, listen to what he's done in his last 11 games. 7 home runs, 3 doubles, and like I said, 12.19 or 1.219 slugging percentage. He's stroking the baseball. What's significant? What's significant about him, though? He's playing right field. He hasn't been playing right field. Remember, he took 3 games off because he was sore from playing right field because he hadn't been playing right field in a long time. But the Yankees, again, they won today. They won last night. I mean, the Yankees are starting to get that momentum. But you know what? You know what scares me the most about the Yankees, to be honest with you, though, as a Yankee fan, is that they're winning by hitting home runs. And that's scary because when you don't hit home runs and you don't win because you don't hit home runs, that's the problem.
Kind of the comparison of like living or dying by the 3-point shot.
Right.
I mean, if you're hitting them, you're winning. You're blowing people out, you're the team. But if you're not hitting the home runs, if you're not hitting those 3-point shots, you're going to fall behind.
And I feel like last year's World Series was the epitome of that. They didn't hit a lot of home runs. They only got out they didn't have a lot of hits. And so when they would be on, they would be on. And when they're off, they're off. But, man, I mean, just like today, they hit more home runs today. Yesterday, they hit more home runs yesterday. So it's just like they live and die by the home run. And look, I'm a realist. I understand it. Major League Baseball, they're probably throwing them the hottest balls that are in the major leagues right now, and that's fine. But they need to have them when the playoffs start. They need to get them definitely if they go to the World Series, because last year's World Series for me was a debacle because I was looking forward to this big-time game between him and Shohei, and it was going to be the battle. And it was just like, man, I mean, the Dodgers just stroked the ball.
They did.
And the Yankees just didn't hit. And that's the biggest deal with the Yankees because their pitching's good enough. but they rely on the home run, and that's just the that's kind of basically what you said about the basketball reference.
Live or die by it.
You live or die by the home run. It usually doesn't work out too much because you don't usually hit a lot of home runs.
To sustain that is really hard. I mean, to be able to do that all the way through the postseason and rely on it.
Yeah, because if you look at when they've went on tears, it was home runs. Mm-hmm. It was home runs, and they're having a bad deal with their shortstop right now. Anthony Volpe, he's like 1 for 29. They let him back in the lineup today. He was the only Yankee that did not get a hit or get on base today. Oof. And so, they've been putting the other guy in to kind of shake him up a little bit, say, hey, you got to get going. But the Yankee fans are done with him. They're ready to trade him. They're ready to demote him. They're ready to get rid of him. So Anthony Volpe, who, they were looking at trying to bring in Corey Seager about 4 years ago. And the Yankees said, no, we've got an absolute stud in the farm system coming up, being Anthony Volpe. Corey Seager is now still one of the best shortstops in Major League Baseball. Wow. Anthony Volpe sitting on the pine right now. So just one of those things. When we come back, we're going to be discussing all the breaking news from the cuts, the signings, and the starters from the NFL. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here at 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Call in now.
This is Touchstone service.
The Red 70s studio line is open.
Demonstrate how to make a call with your dial telephone.
850-215-6290.
ESPN, Northwest Florida.
The Sports Blitz.
You're going to give me some statistics. If you're going to tell me things about somebody that you think is good, you can't tell me playing against a 28th ranked defense at SMU just because they're in the ACC championship that Cabe Klubnik is good. So I'm going to pass on Cabe Klubnik.
The Sports Blitz.
Live and local, weekdays, 4 to 6.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Looking for the most romantic night out in Panama City? Ferrucci Ristorante is your destination for authentic Italian cuisine and unforgettable moments. The candlelight, the wine, the homemade pasta. It's like a little slice of Italy. From handcrafted sauces to centuries-old recipes, Ferrucci brings true Italian flavor to every plate. It's where love stories begin and anniversaries are celebrated. To reserve your table, call 850-913-9131. Ferrucci Ristorante, Panama City's most romantic escape.
Reliable Copy Products is proud to be the exclusive dealer in Northwest Florida for Kyocera office equipment. Reliable Copy Products has been committed to providing professional, personalized service for the last 35 years. They understand that the right equipment does not always fall within today's budget requirements, so they offer several options for the equipment you need today for the growth you expect tomorrow. Call James Smothers at 784-6601. 784-6601. Reliable Copy Products on Harrison Avenue, just north of Bay High School.
Now, we're live and local inside the CBC Construction Studios. Can you take the hits? Here comes the Sports Blitz. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's 4:45 on this Wednesday. Beautiful day here in Panama City Beach. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Joined here today by Tennessee Brandon, Bayou Bob over here hanging out with us, and Bone Crusher obviously in the glass bowl. We're having great times here. We're doing a lot of stuff. We're talking a lot of stuff. Now, we look at all of the stuff that's going on with baseball. We look at now all the stuff that's happening in the NFL. The cuts are happening. The players that are getting traded are happening. Starters are being named in the NFL. This is huge. A lot of people that we want to go through. And if you have a team, if you have a certain player that you're excited about your team getting, why don't you give us a call, give us a text on the Red 70s phone line, 850-215-6290. You might want to call in and say what you think about your players, about your teams going to whoever they went to, or possibly not going anywhere, like a la Shiloh Sanders, who might be headed to the CFL. So, anyway, nobody said anything. So
no, there were two things that people were throwing the name Steelers around, and it could be like practice squad. Or another thing was saying that he was going to Colorado to be an assistant coach.
Yeah, see, I don't see that at all. Really? That'd be the number one, the worst of the whole thing. If he was to quit, I don't think he's going to quit.
I mean,
it'd be like you're quitting. I don't think so.
Like, all right, I'm just going to go coach.
Because I'm going to give you a shocker of my opinion of what's going to happen is Deion. This might be it for him. This could be his last year there, especially if they get curb stomped by everybody they play, especially any good teams that they play.
Yeah, I'm not expecting them to come out on top.
I mean, they've got a good quarterback coming in, but, I mean, what are they going to do? You know what I mean? Shadur was running for his life last year.
It was not a good spot for him to go to. Colorado Buffaloes is not even on the top half of where he should go.
No, I don't think so at all. So let's get into it. Obviously, that being Shadur Sanders and them, this is one of those things. Kenny Pickett, which we knew was going to happen. I think we talked about it Friday or Thursday and Monday. We had talked about it. You know, when I'm wrong, we going to say it. But when I'm right, we going to say it as well. I knew Kenny Pickett was getting out of there. He was the odd man out. He just didn't work out. He didn't. He got hurt early, and I don't think they have any confidence in him at all. So went to the Las Vegas Raiders. So what do you think about that? Do you think Pete Carroll, he's going to be backing up Geno Smith, but is he a serviceable backup with all the other younger guys that are in the league right now?
Talent says so. I mean, he does seem like a serviceable backup. He's had a couple of opportunities to be a starter, and it just hadn't really panned out. That depth chart in that Cleveland Browns was super thick, super deep at quarterback. They did have to move somebody. They obviously moved who they thought, who they didn't like, and who they thought they seen least potential in.
Yeah.
That's why they kept Shadur Sanders. I mean, he's still fourth on their depth chart, but they kept him over Kenny Pickett.
Yeah. So what do you think about it?
Pickett will be out of the league next year.
No, I don't think so. I think he'll still be a backup. He's just probably going to be the backup role.
They got a bunch of new quarterbacks coming out of the draft this upcoming year, and I think he's just going to be gone.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see. So with that being done, which this is crazy for me because I don't know if I ever remember. I mean, I guess they put it on the depth chart. They always put it on the depth chart, but I guess because of the Shadur Sanders effect, I guess we can start calling it that now. If you look at it, it was like breaking news that Dylan Gabriel has been named the backup quarterback. So, I mean,
QB2.
Yeah, QB2. So, I mean, you know, I thought that it's definitely the Shadur Sanders effect because I don't ever hear anybody doing breaking news
on a backup quarterback.
On a backup. I mean, and we talk about when Shadur was drafted. Well, Dylan Gabriel was a third-round pick. You know, so I mean,
and a lot of people thought before his senior year that he was going to be a first-round pick.
Who was?
Dylan Gabriel. No, they did. But Oregon, oh man. Yeah,
maybe people in Oregon.
He was at Oklahoma before he was at Oregon.
Yeah. But he was also at Central Florida for 2 years.
Oh, really?
UCF.
Okay.
He came from Hawaii, and he put up some good numbers at UCF. He did okay at Oklahoma. Didn't turn a whole lot of heads. But the problem at Oregon is he lost to Washington twice.
Yeah.
He lost them in the regular season and lost the Pac-12 championship to Washington. And I think there was a little bit of talk there that they were, hey, we're going to beat Washington. And they're like, no. And then Washington sent them home.
Yeah.
So
when was that? That was before
2 years ago.
That was before he got there.
No. That was when he was there.
He was there?
Yeah, because Washington lost to Georgia, right? Wait. No. Oh, that was Nix. I take that back. It was Bo Nix.
I thought you were wrong.
Right. It was the year before.
Yeah. Because he didn't play against anybody but Ohio State and those guys. They made the jump into the Big Ten. Oregon did with Dylan Gabriel. Bo Nix never played in the Big Ten.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was still in the Pac-12.
Right.
That's what it was.
Bo Nix.
Yeah. So which has turned into an absolute star that Sean Payton believes in 100%. And I mean, if you look at their quarterback room, they've got a pretty good quarterback room in Denver. You got Bo Nix and then you got Jared Stidham, which is a serviceable backup. And I can't remember who their third guy is, but either way, I think Bo Nix is doing pretty good
That's
there.
Auburn and Auburn.
Yeah.
Stidham.
Yeah, Stidham was an Auburn guy.
I liked Stidham. I thought that he was going to be a little bit better than what he's done so far.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's just a serviceable backup. So
Wait, you like Auburn guys?
No, I didn't ever. I can say, I said I'm a realist, so I mean, he's done pretty good as a serviceable backup. And so with that, I think that's what Kenny Pickett's going to be. I think he's just going to be a guy that he'll stay with the team that maybe they like him, or you never know. Grandpa Pete might like him up there in Las Vegas, and that might be the deal. So I don't know. But let's look at also Deshaun Watson. They went ahead and put him on the physically unable to perform.
Is that the PUP list?
Yeah, so he's on the PUP.
PUP
So
list.
realistically, when you look at the Browns, they've got Flacco, they've got Gabriel, they've got Sanders, and then Watson. Now, what's going to happen if Watson gets better? Do you believe Watson's going to have a future in Cleveland, or do you think that ship has sailed? Do you think they're going to get rid of him, trade him, somebody's going to take a chance with him or anything like that? Does anybody believe that at all?
Yeah.
You do?
Oh, yeah. Not only is he going to get a try, he might even get 2 tries.
What does that mean?
Like if he goes in, loses 2 games, first 2 games back, and then you decide they're going to pull him and all that, he'll probably get another chance after that.
He sat out last year too, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
So he's been paid $92 million over the last 2 years, and
I don't think it was that much. It was a lot of money.
Annually, roughly $46 million per year.
Oh my!
5 years, $230 million, fully guaranteed.
Fully
contract.
guaranteed.
He received $44.9 million on a signing bonus.
Yeah. I mean, he did have some lawsuits. He had some stuff that happened at the massage parlor. So, we're not going to go deep into that. But
not deep tissue.
But really, no. But realistically, when you look at it, I mean, the man has made a lot of money playing football, and
or not playing football.
Yeah, not playing football.
So who's for us to judge, right? So another one that broke today is kind of a heartstring deal, because I saw the video. Adam Thielen has been traded back to the Minnesota Vikings from the Carolina Panthers. And I believe his daughter that was jumping into his arms, he was saying, "We're going home, baby. We're going home." I think she was born there. And so Adam Thielen going back to his original team, the Minnesota Vikings. Now, he wasn't bad last year. I remember him. He was a very good third down receiver. He plays a slot. He's smart. He's played a lot of football. That's interesting for the Vikings to add somebody like him, because when you look at what they're doing with J.J. McCarthy, he's going to need that guy, because when you watched Bryce Young with Adam Thielen, you could see him out there coaching Bryce Young on the field. You could see him on the sideline. And there were times it got pretty heated. I mean, he was pretty upset, and I think that's what led to Bryce getting benched and letting Andy Dalton come in, was that Thielen and him kind of got into it a couple of times. But as the season went on and Bryce Young started doing a little bit better, him and Thielen kind of had this little thing going where he was doing really good. So, I mean, when you look at Adam Thielen going back, that wide receiver core, obviously Jordan Addison's gone because of suspension. But when you got Justin Jefferson, when you got Jordan Addison back, and then now you're adding Adam Thielen, I mean, pretty good wide receiver group.
Yeah, he's correct me if I'm wrong, like top 5 in the league in catch percentage. He was, I know you said him and Bryce had that little debacle, but correct me if I'm wrong again, Adam Thielen was Bryce Young's most productive receiver, down there, most reliable receiver. He is going back home, the Vikings. I think he'll be a great asset to the struggling J.J. McCarthy that is there in training camp. So hopefully it gives him another little anchor to be able to throw to. Good for him being able to go back home.
J.J. McCarthy being that, went to IMG Academy, went to Michigan, won both places. Looking at what he's got there, Kevin O'Connell, great quarterback coach. He rebirthed Sam Darnold's career with the Vikings, made Kirk Cousins look like $1 million with the Vikings. Will he be able to make J.J. McCarthy look like $1 million? Because J.J. McCarthy, I'm sorry, guys, but I'm going to say this, but all he did at Michigan was hand it off to the right or hand it off to the left for the most part. Because if you look at his stats, they're not there. You look at his tangible stuff that they say he can do and what he can do, that's fine. But he doesn't look very good, like you said. They've been having some trouble.
Real trouble.
Big-time trouble in Minnesota. I think the frustration, because Kevin O'Connell is a smart guy. He's been around the league for a little while. He wants to make that next step with this group. And them drafting a quarterback, you know, that supposedly can't miss doesn't look too good. But either way, when we get back, we're going to be discussing more of the NFL stuff. You don't want to miss it. We got some shocking news, breaking news coming in top of the hour. You're listening to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Get in the game. Call or text us now on the Red 7T studio line. 850-215-6290. Keep the game going with ESPN Northwest Florida. Just because you get out of the car doesn't mean the Sports Talk and Live play-by-play have to end. Just say, hey, Alexa, open ESPN Northwest Florida. From Michigan Avenue to the man cave, from the car to the kitchen, we've got you covered. Keep the game going. Hey, Alexa, open ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Joelle on ESPN Northwest Florida with your forecast on this Wednesday. Sunshine the remainder of the day with a light breeze out of the west-northwest around 7 miles per hour and look for it to be 87. Tonight, there will be clear skies with the temperature reaching 72. Sunny tomorrow with a high of 89. Friday, we'll have a high of 86 and a chance of thunderstorms. This weather is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Keep the adventure going this fall in a new Kia from Bill Bird Kia. Our SUV family is built for all in adventures and endless possibilities. Stop by Bill Bird Kia and test drive a new 2025 Kia Soul, Seltos, Sportage, Sorento, or Telluride. You'll find the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. Save cool cash this week on the purchase of a new Kia SUV. Now offering 0% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2025 Kia Sorento. Bill Bird Kia is the home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. The road is yours in a new Kia from Bill Bird Kia.
Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2025 Kia Sorento with $20.83 per 1,000 financed in 48 months. Qualities limited. Cannot be combined with other finance offers. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 9/2/25.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. John. Powered by Panama City Toyota, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Got a scratch, dent, or full-blown wreck? Bring it to Recommended Collision Center in Panama City. From small scratches to all-over paint jobs, from fender benders to major collisions, it's Recommended Collision Center. They work with all insurance companies and offer customer pay options too. A family-owned collision center that takes pride in top-quality repairs, friendly service, quick drop-offs, and a fast turnaround. So when life throws you a wreck, they'll help you get amended. Recommended Collision Center, 1329 Jinx Avenue, Panama City.
Broadcasting from the CBC Construction Studios. Marquee matchups, huge rivalries, and fan favorites. The college football headquarters on the Gulf Coast is 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Sports Blitz.
It is. It's 5 o'clock on a Wednesday. You made it through the work week or the work day. We're halfway there. We're not living on a prayer, though. We're living on some Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Don't forget, you can call in. You can text the Red 7T's phone line, 215-6290. The thing about it is, I'm checking these texts that are coming in, and somebody's already texted. Nick said Watson is absolutely done, just so you guys know. Nick, we appreciate it. We believe it, too. I think he's done as well. Now, real quick, don't want to not tell you about this. The Red 70s phone line, you probably should memorize the number so that you can do this. Text to win a pair of tickets to the Jaguars. We have tickets every single Jaguars home game this season. Grab a pair of tickets for the Jaguars versus Carolina on Sunday, September the 7th. Text the keyword Jacksonville. Now, if you don't know how to spell it, use your phone, and hopefully you'll get it right. Because if you misspell Jacksonville, you're not entered into the conversation. So if you could, text Jacksonville to 850-215-6290 for a chance to win. Somebody's already blowing it up right now as we speak. You can enter once, and the winner will be selected and notified on Tuesday's show of the Sports Blitz, September the 2nd. We will announce it on that day at around 5:20. So don't forget that. Make sure you do it because it's awesome. And who wouldn't want to go watch Sunshine and Travis Hunter? And who else? Who else plays for him?
Etienne.
Yeah.
Etienne.
Travis.
He was a Gator and a Bulldog.
No. Travis Etienne from Clemson.
Right. Clemson, that's right.
Yep.
Older brother. That's
and
right.
then Josh Allen, not the one that plays quarterback. Defensive end that played at Kentucky. That's pretty awesome as well. So make sure.
Wait, Kentucky plays football?
Yeah.
What? He's with me.
That's right. So, yeah, text the number. Get over there so you can go watch Sunshine play. That'd be great. We're going to be doing this all year. So all home games, make sure you do that. Also, don't forget another announcement at 5:20 today. The Sports Blitz High School Player of the Week will be announced at 5:20. So if you go to Bay, or if you know somebody from Bay, if you know somebody from Arnold, Mosley, North Bay Haven, Rutherford, all the high schools here locally, tune in at 5:20 and have everybody listening, and you'll hear who won the Sports Blitz Player of the Week. That person will get a gift card from a local restaurant, an ESPN t-shirt, and probably the most fun is you get to have your picture taken with me and put on Facebook so we can show you how pretty our smiles are. So there you go. So, guys, we have been talking a lot about the NFL, and I do have breaking news. I saw it before we got here, and just so you know, it's going to be one of those get the disappointed sounds ready, Bone Crusher, because we've got a very disappointing thing that happened. Somebody got cut. The one guy that got cut that surprised me, not really, but he did get cut. From the LA Chargers, DJ Uiagalelei was cut from the Chargers. So, unfortunately, DJ is without a job right now. And so, all you Florida State fans, former Clemson fans, and Oregon State fans, your quarterback is not there right now. So, what do you guys think about DJ? Do you think he'll find a job as a backup?
No.
Will he go to the CFL?
XFL.
He'll be worse
XFL?
than Kenny Pickett.
Yeah. So XFL is for DJ?
Yeah, wherever Birmingham Stallions are moving to.
There you go.
There you go. So
Don't even know.
Birmingham or New Stallions. We don't know where you're going.
He spent a couple years at Clemson, went to
Oregon State,
and then entered FSU and then entered the draft.
Yeah,
he's not going
didn't work out too well.
So he was awful at Clemson. I mean, that's the worst I've ever seen a Clemson quarterback.
Well, he was awful at Florida State. He was probably worse than.
Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I saw some Clemson. It was bad.
Well, that was Cape Klubnik's freshman year.
Yeah.
That was his freshman year, and they eventually went to him.
Yeah.
And that was why he ran the ball so long. That's why it seems like Cape Klubnik's been in the league or in college football for 20 years, but he hasn't. I get it, but I gave him enough hate yesterday. We're probably not going to talk about him as much. Another name that come across the edge, Mecole Hardman from the Packers got cut. I thought that was something that's crazy. You know what's probably going to happen? Guess where he's going to go? He's going to go back to the Chiefs probably because of Rice getting his suspension.
Well, didn't they cut him because he kept dropping balls?
They did, but I think he went on did he go on a trade or a free? He went on a free agent signing is what he did. Yeah, so they didn't really cut him, so that's what happened. Another one, 400-pound plus Desmond Watson, former Florida Gator, defensive tackle. As you saw him, he never played, guys. He was walking around trying to lose weight. They said until you can get under 400 pounds, you can't play. You can't practice. But so all he did the whole training camp was walk around the facility. He walked around the fields while they were practicing. So I think he might have took place in some drills, but as far as like getting any kind of meaningful play, he never played at all. But that was one of the things that happened to him. Let's see. Another one was Kyle Trask. Former Florida, former Florida quarterback.
Is it the Bucks?
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yes, they went with
Richards.
No.
Who do they have there that just got there?
Louisville quarterback. I can't think of what his name. We'll think about it.
I can't think of who it is.
But yeah, he
really.
They cut him. Kyle Trask is.
I'm
done.
shocked.
Really?
Yeah, I am. I'm
Why?
surprised. I don't know. I thought that he was good enough to make at least third string.
Yeah,
with the Bucks.
No, he didn't. So yeah, that's
Baker Mayfield.
But he was a good quarterback at Florida. If you remember that Florida
he was
team.
good. Because look, the Gators had some bad quarterbacks over the years. After Tebow, they kept on saying, "Oh, we got this 5-star guy," all right, and it's trash.
Yeah,
trash.
I mean, Tennessee had a couple of those too.
Yeah.
Terrible ones.
I think there was more hype around the Gator quarterbacks, though.
Yeah, I do think so.
And maybe it's from where I was at, because in Louisiana we get less volunteer talk, maybe.
Probably.
And get more Gator talk.
Yeah, I mean, they were coming off their national championships, their Tebow era. They're on their high horse, so they're getting probably some of the top recruits, and they just missed on some of them.
Yeah. There were some before Tebow, too, for the Gators. You know?
Yeah. You know who it was? Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater. Oh, my God.
Teddy's with the Bucs.
You know why he got fired from Northwest Miami High School?
Why?
He won a state title there. One year.
Hold on. Yeah, he won the state title, but he got fired because he
gave rides.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can't give rides to your players.
To high school kids.
To high school kids.
Like, home?
There has to be approval and all this kind of stuff and everything. Can't be your personal vehicle. What? Oh, my God. He got fired. State title 1 year there, and then he gets signed right back and goes back to the pros. It's crazy. He was a whole year out of the NFL and then got signed on.
Yeah. And
so I'm not knocking that, though. So the Bucs have Teddy Bridgewater. I'm not knocking that. But and he was a fan favorite at the Saints.
Yeah, if you look at Bridgewater, though, what he did in the games, though, which is crazy to me because he just come in and acted like he'd been playing for all the time.
Talking about a serviceable backup, that's probably one of the greatest in the last handful of years, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I
think of Fitzgerald, who, Jets and the Dolphins.
You're right.
Who was the other one? Frank Reich behind Kelly at the Bills.
Yeah.
The guy came in and he was like,
won the Super Bowl.
What in the heck? No, he lost. Well, yeah. Well, he didn't lose the Super Bowl.
Foles.
But he kept them going to the playoffs while Kelly was out.
Yeah. Nick Foles was a good one.
Oh, Nick Foles is a great one.
Yeah. Nick Foles one of the better
top five.
When you look at those guys, that's, Bridgewater's in that conversation. I mean, because Bridgewater was going to be a starter. I mean, he was a starter for a while, and he's played for a plethora of teams in the NFL, and it's just been, just hasn't worked out for him all the way to get the starting job. It's just like Tyrod Taylor. He's kind of been the same way. He'd come in and win you a game. He won't lose a game for you, but he's not a starter. But I think Bridgewater is one of those guys that I would definitely want to come in if something happened to Baker or whatever, because I think they're going to be up and up this year.
And, the backup, all-time best backup ever.
Who?
And you won't think of it like this, but it's Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Because Bledsoe lost the Super Bowl before Brady was even out of college.
Yeah.
He lost to the Packers in 97.
Yeah. But he was aging. Bledsoe was aging.
No, he
at
wasn't.
That time. Yes, he was.
No, he was young.
Aging. No, he wasn't.
It
young.
wasn't until much later when his Cowboys said, "Yeah."
Well, that's the thing, though. He was getting old, but he wasn't. I'm just telling you, he was older, and they saw something when they saw Brady come through. And
I think he was like in his 6th year.
We'll have to look it up at the break.
7th, maybe.
I'll buy you a drink or something if it is, okay? Soda.
Best backup ever, though, Brady.
Yeah, and the best starter, maybe.
Yeah.
But honestly. Yeah, when you look at that. So,
and I'm not a Brady. Oh, my God. My sister-in-law, she's a Patriots fan, so but she would, she's all about Brady.
You got to respect the greatness.
You got to respect it.
Yeah.
Just like Peyton Manning. I'm joking.
But I mean, is Bridgewater moving forward? He's definitely going to be somebody that's going to help them.
He's got that it thing. He wins.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I think. So then let's look at another one. One of my favorites, Amari Cooper, signs with the Las Vegas Raiders.
Okay.
So Grandpa Pete knows football still, signing Amari Cooper. I think that's a good sign because he was like the number one free agent wide receiver that's just been sitting out there waiting. And I mean, really, when you look at it, I can't believe more people hadn't been calling.
You know what I would really love? An unfiltered assessment of when a player leaves a team like the Cowboys. When Amari Cooper leaves the Cowboys, I want to hear what he has to say about the Cowboys.
Oh, really? Like an interview, like an
interview is like how did you really? Yeah. How did you really like playing at that team? How was Jerry Jones for real? Because a lot of times these guys have filters on because they don't want to be shined upon as like somebody. I don't know. They don't want to hurt their next team like the Raiders,
exactly.
Right? And then say, he hates management or he hates head coaches and all this kind of stuff. No, I just want unfiltered assessment. As soon as he gets out of the league, I guess.
Yeah, some of these players are probably afraid to give their opinions, thinking it might hurt their next chance to get to another team. So it's better safe than sorry. Keep your mouth shut. Wait till you're done playing, then you can come out with all the truths.
Yeah, we got a text on the Red 17's phone line. Lynn Haven Rob says, Earl Morrall, quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
Backed up Johnny Unitas and Bob Greasy, took both teams to the edge of the Super Bowl. When the starters came back, he went gracefully back and sat back down
Put
on the
him in
bench.
the top five.
Earl Morrall.
Yeah,
he's one of the most forgotten from the... I mean, he lasted pretty much straight through the 70s, but he was even a quarterback, I think, in the late 60s, 68, 69.
Yeah, me and Brandon wasn't born then, so we had no idea about that.
Yeah, but at least he's on that Dolphins undefeated team.
Well, this is the other thing, and this is going to be hurtful to you, but Hendon Hooker was released by the Detroit Lions. So Hendon Hooker, they said no thank you. It just looked like he didn't understand the concept. Now, let's don't throw him all the way under the bus, even though you're here and, we joshed a little bit about it.
So the Saints picked him up?
Not yet.
They need to.
But if you look at what happened, he's there with the Lions. Ben Johnson's the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
He leaves, so there's a new system that comes in. He hasn't been an NFL quarterback before like Jared Goff has, so realistically the learning of the game is still not there. And then when we watched, and he looked really bad. He looked like he didn't understand coverages. He looked like he didn't know when to get rid of the ball. He just didn't look very good. So
I have a problem now. Because now that we're talking about all these quarterbacks being let go, and they have a lot of potential, I think, it makes me worry that the NFL has a plethora of quarterbacks to evaluate, that they're getting impatient and won't let them develop for 1 or 2 years.
That's definitely the case. And that happens year in and year out with these quarterbacks. Teams are impatient. Owners are impatient. Management is impatient.
Yeah.
Win now type of mentality. And something, I mean, like you said, like Baker Mayfield, look how he blossomed. He wasn't given that chance and let go and cut, and look where he is. I mean, Hendon Hooker, he has the athletic ability. We've all seen it firsthand. Paul, I know you've seen it. It depends on the system in which they're put in.
True.
So these guys have the capabilities of blossoming late if given that opportunity. But like you said, there's probably a plethora of them out there that potentially could have risen to the top but never was given the chance.
Yeah, that's true. We got a Facebook person said, how do you even spell DJ Ungulale or something like that? He said he probably bought too many vowels. And they said he's not surprised that he got cut. So, realistically, when you look at these guys, when they don't look good in college, they usually don't look good in the pros. And that's just realistic recently, because it's usually somewhat they're trying to make those games similar. They're definitely not. They don't mirror each other as far as similarities because of the way that you can, manipulate your defensive fronts and give them different looks and changes in the backs, with the back of the defense. So anyway, another person, and I need to know what y'all think about this. Carson Wentz is coming to the Vikings. So here we go. So Carson Wentz. Okay, so let's rewind. Let's rewind. Sam Darnold, his career was revitalized by Kevin O'Connell last year for the Minnesota Vikings. Sam Darnold and Carson Wentz are the same person.
No, they're not.
To me.
Absolutely not.
They are. Because they both had enough. What I'm saying is they've both had big time chances, and they both failed miserably.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold was with the Jets.
He wasn't any good.
Nobody succeeds with the Jets.
Nobody does.
Okay, Carson Wentz was with the freaking Eagles.
Yep.
Yeah,
Eagles up here, Jets down here. Where there's not even comparison.
Whoa, wait.
Sam Darnold was at USC, which is a freaking factory of quarterbacks. I mean, they're top 3 all time as far as quarterback production goes. They get quarterback after quarterback after quarterback comes out of USC. Carson Wentz with the North Dakota State.
Right.
There's not even a comparison.
The Eagles that you're talking about are not the same Eagles. They were the ones that lost.
They were a playoff team.
They were a playoff team.
They were a division champ.
Yeah, but still, he wasn't. He's given a chance, and he was sorry. I don't care what you say about the Jets. He had a wide receiver over there that he could throw to.
I'm pretty sure when he was with the Eagles, like the first half of the season, he was MVP talk, and then he fell off a cliff. Fell off a cliff. I mean, he's 32 years old. I don't care. They're not the same guys. He's not going to go to Vikings. He's not going to revitalize his career. By the time he does it, he's going to be washed. Carson Wentz, 34 years old.
Carson Wentz was never up here, ever, unless he's playing, Division I AA college football, which, he's playing against, Youngstown State or, I don't know, Richmond? No, seriously. Seriously, it's Spiders, yeah. I mean, he's playing against not elite talent. But he goes to the pros. He's never elite. Sam Darnold was down here with the Jets because it's the Jets. And then he was like a little bit up here, and then he goes over and he looks great with the Vikings. Which is amazing to me because I didn't think that the Vikings were going to be a second-place team last year. I thought the Packers would be much better than them.
Hold on. We got somebody from the Red 17's phone line that I need to read, just like
Vikings fan.
From Nick. Nick says, a factory of quarterbacks that are bad in the pros, talking about USC. And that's right, Nick. Give it to him, Nick. That's exactly right. So, I don't care where Sam Darnold came from. He lost to Alabama, by the way, as a freshman, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, but you know what? They put quarterbacks in the pros.
They put them in the pros just to be a backup the following year.
They aren't the level of the Hurricane quarterbacks, but you know what? The Hurricane quarterbacks have had a lot of busts too in the pros.
Yeah, well, the Hurricane quarterbacks you're talking about was before me and Brandon's time because you're living in the 80s, bro.
Okay, so what Hurricane quarterbacks have made it? And don't say a Cam Ward because he ain't done nothing yet.
Bernie Kosar, Vinny Testaverde.
Yeah.
And that's it. Everybody else failed.
Kelly.
Oh, yeah, Jim Kelly.
Kelly.
But Jim Kelly went to the CFL
we're talking
first.
About Ken Dorsey.
Ken Dorsey failed. Steve Walsh, bust.
Yeah.
Gino Torretta never made it.
Yeah.
I mean, all those guys. Now, Ken Dorsey did make a good coaching career.
So who's put more quarterbacks into the pros than Miami and USC?
Probably
maybe Bama?
No.
Maybe.
Only because of Tua, Jalen, and Mac. That's it.
Yeah, if it wasn't
Stabler and
Stabler and Namath. Yeah. And I mean, Brody Crowell made it.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't a high pick.
Oh, and Notre Dame. Sorry.
Yeah, Notre Dame's put a lot in. Yeah. So I mean,
but not Ohio State, not Penn State. Probably not Michigan.
But let's reel this thing back in.
So they're not the same people.
J.J. McCarthy is the starting quarterback. I'm not saying they brought Carson Wentz there to start, but I think he is the backup plan for J.J. McCarthy. And tell me why.
Third string.
I sound like the Backstreet Boys. Tell me why. Because what happened? What did you say? The first 6 games of the Eagles, Carson Wentz looked good.
Lightning in a bottle.
Okay, look good. So there's a chance because Sam Darnold, I don't care where he came from. I don't care who his mama is. I don't care who his grandpappy is. It doesn't matter. He is trash or was trash until he got to Kevin McConnell. And so when Kevin McConnell, he's doing something, he's bringing Carson Wentz in, there's a big chance right there.
If you're asking, can Kevin McConnell get Carson Wentz to play a few good snaps when J.J. McCarthy is struggling? Yeah, I think he can do that. But he's not going to revitalize his career like Sam Darnold.
And when he does, you owe me a grape of Coke. When we come back, we're going to announce the Sports Blitz High School Player of the Week. You're listening to the Sports Blitz here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Your attention, please. ESPN Northwest Florida reminds you it's the law. It's the law. There's a double red flag. Stay out of the water. Stick your toes in the sand, grab a cold drink, and listen to live sports.
Swung on, miss, strike three.
On 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Double play!
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Wednesday. For tonight, clear skies at a low of 73 with a light breeze coming out of the north-northeast around 6 miles per hour. Tomorrow morning, sunshine with temps around 85. In the afternoon and evening, sunny and a temperature near 88. Moving into Friday, about the same with a high of 85 and a possibility of thunderstorms. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
In a world full of noise, one name cuts through it all.
Amplify AI.
We help HVAC, plumbing, and home service pros get found fast. More leads, more calls, more results. This ain't just marketing. It's AI-powered performance.
Amplify AI.
Hear the roar.
Call Lee at 850-299-1269. Amplify AI.
That bear ain't just for show.
Reliable Copy Products is proud to be the exclusive dealer in Northwest Florida for Kyocera office equipment. Reliable Copy Products has been committed to providing professional, personalized service for the last 35 years. They understand that the right equipment does not always fall within today's budget requirements, so they offer several options for the equipment you need today for the growth you expect tomorrow. Call James Smothers at 784-6601. 784-6601. Reliable Copy Products on Harrison Avenue, just north of Bay High School.
You found us inside the CBC Construction Studios. The new Sports Blitz.
Oh, yeah!
Rants, hot takes, and huge reactions are incoming on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And we're back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. When you look at it, we're right here, baby. We're ready to talk more about sports. But once again, we've got something that's breaking. We've got to tell you who is the winner. Now, we've been discussing a lot of these big-time high school players that are here. And so I just want you to know we have a winner, and we're gonna tell you who it is in just a second. I got to get him pulled up here, but I'll tell you it's not a surprise because the kid had a phenomenal game. And so for the Sports Blitz first, this is the, what do you call it, inaugural pick?
Okay.
Yeah.
The first person, and I hope I don't butcher his name, to win it. Let me read his stats to you. He was 15 of 18 for 225 yards, 5 touchdowns.
Whoa.
What? Guess what? All in the first half.
Oh, my God.
Those are first half stats.
These are first half stats.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
J.P. Hossenbake from Mosley High School.
Mosley
you
destroyed.
have won the Player of the Week. We will be coming over tomorrow to Mosley High School. Coach Tommy Joe Whidden nominated you, and we just want to say congratulations. You did phenomenal. What a way to start out the first week of high school football, and they got a big one. They played Rutherford last week. They were expected to win. They got a big one this week. They're playing Bay at Tommy Oliver, so it should be a big one.
So I got to see Rutherford play Mosley last year over Bay Stadium, I guess what they call that, right?
Tommy Oliver?
Yeah, Tommy Oliver Stadium. Yeah, right near 77. Anyway, Rutherford has a lot of talent.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking on the coaching.
No. He just got there.
Yeah.
So it's all he's just trying to turn the ship.
But it's tough.
Yeah.
You know, and Mosley has been good for a couple of years, really good.
A lot of years, actually.
And they just had it together.
Yeah.
There was definitely a system going on better than what Rutherford had.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm not saying it breaks my heart, because when you see talent sometimes and they're not in the best environment to be nurtured into developing, it's sad sometimes. I mean, I had to play against players like that, you look at them, you're seeing talent. It's obviously talent there.
Yeah.
But they just aren't in the right place.
Well, and that's the thing about Rutherford. They've got a new coach there. I think he's going on his second year. They've got our friend of the show, Javion Elliott, as their DV's coordinator. So, I mean, it's going to be a good deal.
So they won like 42-6?
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
41-6, something like that.
Yeah, it was. I think it was actually 64 to something.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it was pretty rough. But anyway, we will be going over tomorrow to Mosley High School to give him his gift card and his ESPN Northwest Florida T-shirt.
Congrats.
And we'll be taking a picture with me, and that'll be kind of cool. So he's probably taller and bigger than I am. But I'm bigger than Danny Cannell.
So I wonder if he's a senior.
We'll check.
15 for 18. That's efficiency.
What were the whole game stats? Did you get those? Or
I didn't get the whole.
half?
Yeah, I think they put in. I think they put in the second back.
Yeah, I mean, once you got 42 points at halftime or whatever they had.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
Because if you have 5 TDs in the first half, you at least got, if you got the extra points, that is 35 points.
Yeah,
by halftime.
Yeah, I mean, what does that math say? Like every 33% of throws you threw were for a touchdown.
Yeah,
5 of 15 completions.
Yeah, so Jeff's not the only accountant in the building.
Yeah, I do the numbers. I got the numbers going down. So that not only the efficiency with 15 for 18, which is what, 5/6, that's 83.3%.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
225 yards on those 15 completions.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That is like 15 yards per completion.
Right.
You don't even usually hit 10.
No.
Usually.
Yeah. And
no, usually you want to be around right at 10.
That's Madden
15.
numbers.
That's Madden. And that's crazy. I don't know who Mosley's playing next week, but
Bay. They got Bay.
Oh, they got Bay. That's a big game.
It's a big game. Yep. So anyway, we're going to move on from that. We'll be doing that tomorrow. So it's congratulations again to him and the Mosley football Dolphins. So Tennessee.
Yeah.
They start off with Syracuse.
Good old Syracuse.
Orange
battle.
A different type of orange.
Yeah, their orange is ugly.
I kind of think
really not that much different. Sorry. No, like Texas is darker.
There's so many oranges in college football.
It is like
there's a few.
you got
Oklahoma State, you got Florida.
Nothing's bigger than red. Everybody's freaking red.
There's a lot of red.
About a quarter of all the college teams are red.
Agreed.
That's
really
true.
Overplayed.
But anyway, getting into Tennessee, as far as knowing Joey Aguilar has been the starter, we talked about that last week. Are you hearing anything? Is he spinning the ball pretty good? I mean, does it sound like they're ready to go?
He sounds like he is getting a grip on the offense more and more each day. I mean, being a transfer, not being in the system a whole lot, I think it's going to take some time to fully, unleash him. I think a game against Syracuse, it's not a game where he's going to have to do a whole lot. I think Heupel's job is going to make sure that Joey just doesn't give the game away. Try to get no turnovers. Could try to get the running game going again. Spread the field out like we normally do. Gash him up the middle. Maybe hit him with a couple small passes. Maybe 1 or 2 deep passes in the beginning. But I think the key thing is to make sure we do have no turnovers and we don't let Joey give the game away. Kind of play it a little slow.
Yeah. Now this game is in Atlanta, so I'm just wondering. Will Syracuse travel? Will Tennessee travel? I know Tennessee will travel.
Tennessee travels well.
But I just wonder if Syracuse would travel, because I don't really think so. I mean, realistically, I don't think they'll be there. I think it'll be 80-20, if that.
I think 80-20 seems about right. Maybe
it'll be worse than that.
Could be like 85-15, something like that.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
Yeah, so
there'll be a lot of orange there. Let me tell you.
Yeah. I mean, what is that? A 3.5 hour drive from Knoxville?
From Knoxville, probably 3.5, 4. I know it's like 5 from here. We'll be leaving Friday after work, headed up there.
Syracuse country, that's NFL country, man. They're not worried about college football.
No, they're not college.
I mean, they're a basketball school too. That makes
a big difference. Yeah. So, but as far as the running backs, is everybody healthy? Do you got anybody?
Running backs are healthy. Like I said, running back by committee this year until someone shines and give them the ball a little more. We have 3 receivers. Only 3 receivers that have prior experience from last year. Everybody else is pretty young. The top 3, our top 2, Mike and I remember the other guy's name here in just a second, Brazel. They were really banged up during training camp. I've heard over the last few weeks they have been full participants and they are playing. Boo Carter also he's our Swiss Army knife. He's a offense, defense, special teams guy. I don't know how much he'll be playing with the controversy and the off-field antics we've had over the last few weeks. But if he's playing, that's another offensive firepower, and he is great on defense.
So this is a guy that plays defensive back and wide receiver?
And special teams.
Wow.
Yeah. From my
athlete.
Yeah, he's from my home county in Tennessee, Bradley County.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least he went to Bradley Central High School. One of those kids that kind of transferred where the talent was, where he could get seen, and he was definitely seen. He was something else.
So if you look at Tennessee right now, obviously they're probably put where they need to be as far as being ranked in that number just because of the inexperience.
With that and the question marks. We just really don't know what we have coming back. Like I said, we've got some tough kids at running back, but we just gave up the SEC leading rusher last year to the NFL, so really don't know there. We had one of our best receivers, Squirrel White, transferred to...
Squirrel. We talk about him on Tuesday.
I like Squirrel. Squirrel is probably one of my favorite players, but good luck to you, bud, at FSU. Hope Alabama comes in there and runs you right over.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
But anyway, yeah, so...
I wish you well.
I wish you well, but I hope you get ran over. That's Tennessee.
Yeah, no, I really wish he would have stayed. I really like that guy, but it is what it is.
We got some Red 7T's phone line and Facebook. I want to do this. It's not on the topic, but we're going to do it. One of our Red 7T's phone people texted and said Steve Young is the best backup quarterback, period.
To Joe Montana?
No, not Tom Brady's
he's got to be in the
Steve
top.
Young has one Super Bowl as a starter.
We're talking about
great.
I think he's talking about being in the backup role. So one of the greatest quarterbacks.
He's got to be number 2. I mean, I'll give you Brady number 1, but Young is right there. I mean, he's napping at the hip.
Crazy part is that y'all might not remember this name, but Steve Bono was a third string. He's probably one of the best third stringers ever, too.
Yeah.
I mean, they were stacked. The 89 and 90 49ers were incredible, and they almost repeated. The Giants put a stop to it in the playoffs by 2 points.
And then one of our listeners said that Danny Cannell is Bobby Hill with a Tallahassee degree. So there you go.
That's rough.
But Danny Cannell always finds some. We got to get T-shirts made.
He's like the Yankees of people.
Oh man. So here we go. So when you're looking at the defense, because obviously the offense has got a lot of question marks. When you look at the Tennessee defense, last year they lost some people. They were tough on that defensive line. They were really tough. I mean, you obviously, again, the only team that really ran the ball against them well was Ohio State. But really, during the SEC, knowing that you got to have the big hogs in the front fighting, all the games are mostly won in the trenches. What are they looking like on the defensive line?
The defensive line, we've got some depth. We've got some talent. We gave up a couple of guys to the NFL, but we definitely have some depth coming back. It's just are these guys going to be able to perform on the back end? Like I said, Boo Carter, great safety back there. I have to believe he was SEC freshman of the year last year. Gerard McCoy, which is our junior cornerback, he's the leader on that defense. He won't be playing this Saturday. He is still recovering from, I believe, a knee injury last December. So we have a couple of guys banged up, but we were returning a lot of guys on the defensive end, something I'm extremely confident in.
So he is a preseason All-American pick.
Yes, he is.
And so he's hurt, and you said knee. What's the problem?
I believe last December he tore his ACL. And so he has been recovering and in rehab ever since. He hasn't been a full participant yet. They're hoping about another 3 or 4 weeks. I'm hoping 3 more for the Georgia game, but obviously don't want to rush the young man. If he's still hurt, take your time.
Yeah,
get healthy.
Looking at their schedule, who? Because I can't remember how tough they were.
Florida's in week 11, 11th game.
But you got Georgia.
Georgia like week 4, I believe.
Yeah,
I think we have the Syracuse, we have ETSU, we have some other schmutt team.
And then Bama.
The Georgia game.
October, yeah.
So
October
you got September's Georgia, October is Bama, and then November is the Gators. So that's the 3 big games.
Yes.
Yeah. So that.
And then we were looking at Oklahoma and Arkansas. Was the other two like
both are home games.
Yeah.
Arkansas and Oklahoma.
Yeah, because they were on the tougher schedule. That's a pretty tough schedule, even though you don't have any out of conference toughness really.
Syracuse.
I mean, let's be honest.
It is a Power 4. It does qualify as a Power 4.
I mean, Alabama's going to play FSU. That's a pretty well. They're 2-10 last year, so
that's
are they?
True.
Are they
but
good
Bama's also playing Wisconsin.
And
so
they're
that's
not
a
very
Big Ten
good either.
team.
They're not very good.
It's still 2 Power 4 conference teams.
I mean, the Syracuse
Who
is
else
a
is
10-win
doing
team
that?
from last year. So.
Who else is doing that out of conference?
So we're playing a 10-2 Syracuse from last year. Y'all were playing a 2-10 FSU team.
Right.
Ooh.
But Syracuse.
And we want to talk about strength.
Well, when you look at your out-of-conference schedule, I don't think it's as tough because even though, I mean, Syracuse has never won hardly anything. I mean, going back to the years of whatever that guy's name that was on they made a movie about him or something. I don't remember what
They only have like 3 Heisman winners.
Well, but still.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
You know Jim Brown went to Syracuse, right?
Jim Brown and then the other guy after him.
Ernie.
Yeah, that's
Ernie Griffin was Ohio State.
Archie Griffin.
That's
Ernie was his name. I just don't know what his last name.
Ernie, something or another, yeah.
But anyway, so when you look at what they've got coming up, they've got a pretty tough schedule, and if they were to be undefeated when they come into Georgia and play, and then if they were to win all their games up until Alabama, and then if they were to beat Florida, then you're looking at a 10-2 season, and then that's definitely another opportunity to play in the college football
10-2,
playoff.
I think you get into the playoffs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The big 3 obviously would be the Florida, Georgia, Alabama, with the Oklahoma, Arkansas kind of at the edge.
But what's crazy is that with that schedule, they could realistically only win 1 out of those 3 and still be really good going into the college football playoff.
I mean, we'll be 10-2 with potential 2 SEC losses sitting outside the SEC championship. The loser of the SEC championship would potentially have their second SEC loss, sending potentially 4 SEC teams to the big dance. So
yeah, I mean that's just a big possibility.
They upset Bama last year, but of course it was in Knoxville.
Yeah, so probably won't do that.
They dropped the upset to Arkansas.
Yep.
And they lost to Georgia. They beat the Gators, I think, by 7, right?
Yeah.
I think. 10-2, but you got the 9 seed, and you had to go on a road to Columbus.
Yeah, that sucked.
That was a bad setup, and they got drilled.
Yeah.
But the thing is that you don't want to be a 9. You want to be a 7 or 8, because the 7 or 8 ended up in the
get us a playoff game at Neyland.
Oh, he'll be salivating.
Oh, I would be.
Those tickets will cost $500
at least. Yeah. I mean, dude, the Arkansas preseason game is like $350.
Yeah. So, but going back to their schedule, if you look at it realistically, you don't even have to. I mean, I know you will because you want to win every game that you can, but you don't have to beat the 3 toughest opponents in the preseason: Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. Only one of them do you have to really beat as long as you do what you've always done, which is take care of business on the back end.
Yes.
So really, and like he said, you only 1 game a month against the tougher teams. If, and let's just be honest, who's to say, Lagway's going to last that long? Who's to say Florida's going to still be there? Who's to say Florida doesn't start off bad, start losing, they get rid of Napier, and they're just wandering around Gainesville not knowing where their football program's going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So realistically, it could just be those two, Alabama and Georgia, because I don't see either one of those guys losing their job or having any kind of skid.
So they want the revenge on Arkansas, right?
We want that.
So you were looking at Oklahoma, and I'm not an Oklahoma fan, just to let you know.
No.
I don't hate them.
No.
But they're overrated at number 18, and y'all are 23.
Yeah.
Y'all are better than them. Okay?
And they're going to be beat up.
And the problem with Oklahoma is that exactly that.
Schedule.
We're looking at them and we're saying, oh, that might be the trip-up game. But then you go look at Oklahoma's schedule and like, oh, my God.
Yeah, I haven't looked at their schedule.
They play every
Oh, it's like 4 weeks in a row.
They played maybe the week before they played us.
It won't matter. They'll have 3 or 4 starters hurt. They'll be out for sure because they've got a gamut of bad, because they're the number 1 hardest schedule in college football.
In the college football.
Oklahoma is, yeah.
Oklahoma's
we thought
1.
it was Florida. It was number 2.
Florida's number 2, but Oklahoma's number 1.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to go ahead and take our last break, and when we come back, we're going to have some pick'em funds with Brandon here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Red 70s studio line is now open. 850-215-6290. The brutal hits. The heartbreaking turnovers. The heroic comebacks.
In for the touchdown.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida delivers the biggest matchups of the week from across the nation. Your college football headquarters on the Gulf Coast. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Tired of boring merch and want your brand to stand out like the big names? Elevate your look with Red 7 Tees. They don't just print shirts, they create bold identities. They are a veteran-owned custom apparel shop providing the kind of detail that turns heads, using high-quality digital printing and embroidery to give you that unique style you love with no minimums or cookie-cutter designs. From small business to sports teams, if you've got a vision, they'll help you wear it proudly. Visit red7tees.com.
Got a scratch, dent, or full-blown wreck? Bring it to Recommended Collision Center in Panama City. From small scratches to all-over paint jobs, from fender benders to major collisions, it's Recommended Collision Center. They work with all insurance companies and offer customer pay options too. A family-owned collision center that takes pride in top-quality repairs, friendly service, quick drop-offs, and a fast turnaround. So when life throws you a wreck, they'll help you get amended. Recommended Collision Center, 1329 Jinx Avenue, Panama City.
If you build it, they will come. We're live from the CBC Construction Studios. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida airs the biggest games of the week from the SEC, ACC, and beyond. If it matters in college football, it's on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Sports Blitz.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Don't forget to call in, text in the Red 7T's phone line, 850-215-6290. Don't forget to type the word Jacksonville, proper spelling, and you will be in the chance to win Jaguar tickets. Don't forget, it's coming up very soon, September the 7th. We will discuss who wins on September the 2nd. Don't forget, guys, if your vehicle needs repaired, if it's a bad deal going on with your AC, no matter what it is, from brakes to AC to engine, transmission, whatever it is, go see those guys over at AutoNation Ford in Panama City. The service department over there will get you in. They will check on your vehicle and get your vehicle back to original condition. See those guys over there, AutoNation Ford in Panama City, and tell them Paul Wilson sent you. Also, don't forget, ladies, if you have scratched your bumper, if you've been too close in the drive-through window getting that hamburger, don't forget who we got with us, Brandon from Recommended Collision Center. Brandon, tell us what the ladies need to do.
Yeah. Not just the ladies, it's the men too. Paul loves to hate on you ladies, and don't let that affect you. No, so if you ever got any scratches, dents, dings, discoloration, if you need ever any paint and body work, just come see me at 1329 Jinx Avenue in Panama City, Florida. If Auto Nation cannot take care of your vehicle, if it's something that they do not do, you go see them. And if it's something that they're not able to do, come see me at Recommended Collision Center off Jinx Avenue in Panama City, Florida, and we'll take good care of you guys.
Yeah, I joke about the ladies doing, I know men do that too sometimes, but it's usually the ladies. But is there a discount if they mention the show?
Yeah, so come in, mention the show, tell me you heard this off of 104.3, and I'm going to give you a little discount on your repair.
That's right. Can't miss it.
Paul, do you have daughters?
Two.
Two daughters.
And you have one son?
Two sons.
I
got four.
God.
Four kids.
Baby maker over
Yeah,
here.
he is.
What's going on? See, I have two daughters. I have two daughters, and I'm a good girl dad.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah,
because you like Taylor Swift and going to movies.
Oh my God,
that's good.
I'm a Swiftie.
Well, we got some pick'ems to do with Brandon. So let's get to it because I really want to know what you think because we'll go back over what we went through.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious to see if you're going to be more aligned with the way I think or the way Jeff thinks.
Oh, wow, okay.
So, or Bayou Bob.
I think we were probably different on two.
Yeah, we were different on a couple.
Maybe three at the most.
Yeah, so you got the first one, you got Texas at Ohio State. Who are you going with?
I got Texas winning this game 24-20. Close game at till the very end.
Nice.
I mean, let me just see here. The last time they played, it was 24-14 Texas. It's tied 2-2 all time in the series. Yep. Texas won in 05 and they won in 2009. Ohio State won in 06 and obviously the most recent in 2025. I just don't think that $30 million roster that Texas has, I just don't think they're going to walk in there and lose.
Yeah, too much talent. Also, don't forget, the stats never lie. A starting quarterback against the number one team in the country, starting out their first start, they're 0-18.
0-18?
So there you go.
Give me Texas. Give me Texas. If I were a betting man, it'd probably be Texas.
That's right. Here we go. Notre Dame and Miami.
So
wait, to rewind. We're both on Texas.
We're both Texas.
Yeah.
Sorry, we got
okay.
sweep.
Yeah,
okay, awesome. On the Notre Dame Miami game, I had a tough one with this one. I actually took Miami to win this 21-20.
Yeah.
It's a home game. I think Carson Beck plays extremely well. Notre Dame hasn't won in Miami since 1977. So let's stick with that and let's roll Canes on that one.
Seems like he's listening to the show or something because I don't know. He sounds like this guy that I know.
You know what I don't ever look at?
Stats?
No, I'm a stat guy. But the series record, because Texas is a loser against Vanderbilt, but they have winning records over like everybody else in the SEC.
Yeah, true.
And these numbers skewed from like the 50s and 60s. No, that's old hat, man. Nobody believes in that junk.
What did you do? Did you go?
I actually went Notre Dame.
Yeah, so
y'all are both Miami.
They got to go down there to that humid city and play. Oh, when's
and there ain't nobody in the stands.
So where Notre Dame's they've been practicing up north in those cool temperatures, and you're going to get to Miami, and it's going to be 90 degrees.
Yep.
Yeah.
It don't matter about the stands. All right, here we go.
It is bad down there.
LSU and Clemson. Here we go. What do you think?
Oh, Jeff, don't hate me for this. I've got Clemson 30-28.
Yeah, I've got Clemson as well. Who do you have?
I have Clemson.
I
know my friends are going to hate me for that. And even the Bama fans could probably
what I wrote down
calling at me
here,
like, you didn't believe in your own team.
Yeah, so my heart says LSU, my head says Clemson.
Yeah.
That's what that game tells me.
That's why when you bet, if you bet,
yes.
You can't go with your heart.
No, you have to stay clear.
Just Clemson's returning players. I mean, it's basically Clemson's continuity versus LSU's transfer depth. I mean, that's really what you're looking at. So whether your star power or your transfer is gonna take you there, or is the chemistry going to take you there?
And LSU's been horrible in opening games.
5 years in a row, because nobody remembers that 5 years ago was Mississippi State in that COVID year. We opened and we lost to Mississippi State.
Yeah, so LSU don't win early, so just whatever. Alabama and FSU.
So I've got Alabama winning pretty big. In
Everybody does.
Yeah, no faith in LSU. None. I have Alabama winning 28-10.
This is where it gets kind of
28-10 is a low score. I think it's
almost 3 touchdowns, Jeff.
Wait, you said 28-10?
Yeah.
Oh, but still, I have them 35-17, so it's just a touchdown for each side, really.
I got them 42-6.
That's a
Let's
big
go.
win.
Here we go. Virginia Tech and South Carolina.
I've got South Carolina easily in this one. I've got them winning by at least 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I got South Carolina. Did you get South Carolina too?
I'm a big Lenore Sellers fan. I think he is the real deal.
I think he'll do good. I think he don't have to do great. What do you think about Auburn and Baylor?
So the Auburn-Baylor game, I've actually got Baylor winning this game, 28-24. Baylor's experience returning, especially at the quarterback position, I think is going to carry them, especially at the home game.
Yeah. What did you say, Jeff, on that one?
I said Auburn. What did you say?
I said Auburn as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I went Auburn on that.
What do y'all pick a score on that?
I didn't pick a score.
Okay.
I didn't pick a score.
Yeah. TCU and North Carolina.
I think
the UNC Gold Diggers versus the TCU Horned Frogs. Here we go.
I picked UNC. I did.
Yeah. Who'd you go with?
I went with TCU.
Oh, yeah, because you're like Sonny Dykes' like fan club. You said, oh, so great.
I went with coaching experience here. I'm really going to think what kind of job Bill Belichick's doing over there. So, I mean, I don't think he took the job to joke around. I think he meant business over there. So, I think they're going to be pretty good.
He means business while Jordan Hudson does the business.
Don't be surprised if North Carolina is in that ACC contender.
I picked North Carolina as well.
Wow.
And so now we go Tennessee, Syracuse, obviously.
Yeah, I obviously have Tennessee.
I think both of us have Tennessee, right?
Yeah, I mean, Tennessee was 12th nationally in offense last year, and you've got, Syracuse 96th defensively from last year. So I think we're going to cover the spread.
Yeah.
At least
13.5.
Yeah. I think we're going to cover that.
Well, what do you think about Georgia Tech and Colorado?
I got Georgia Tech going into Boulder and winning this one 27.
Oh yeah, they're a 5-point
I've got them on 7.
That one. Yeah.
I got Georgia Tech winning by 7 there.
I think Georgia Tech's probably, and I picked Georgia Tech, but I think Georgia Tech probably is going to blow them out the gate. I think by the fourth quarter it might be way out of reach. Yeah.
Storylines for Deion Sanders after getting blown out first game are not going to be good.
I'd say more like 15-point win.
Yeah. I don't even think it's going to be close. I think, you got to look at what they've got. They've got a new freshman quarterback coming into play. Yeah. You've got Sanders worrying more about his boys, about what they're doing in the NFL.
Honestly.
Than worrying about, and then you had his toe amputated. I mean, that's a big deal being away from the program.
And his bladder removed too, right?
Yeah, his bladder.
I mean, there's a lot of health concerns.
He's got a lot of issues.
Wish him the best, but just the mental aspect of the whole thing. How present was he physically there this year?
Well, and I don't think he's gonna. I don't see it. I know Pat Schumer's there as his offensive coordinator, but with this new guy, I know he's supposed to be great. I know he's like one of the top quarterbacks coming out of high school. I don't see Deion and them doing very good this year. Like I said, Deion might not be in Colorado after this year, so we'll see. Last one, and
but you know what he's going to say? It's on my own accord. I want to leave.
Right?
That's what Deion's going to say because it's too proudful.
Yeah,
it's foolish pride. Yeah, that's what he has.
Well, it hasn't come together like he thought it was.
Yeah.
He had all these famous people coming in to coach. He's got all these guys there, and you still got to get the players. I mean, and some of these players. You saw Hunter come and he had his sons and all that, but they wasn't taking people from Georgia. They wasn't taking people from Tennessee. They wasn't taking people from Alabama. They wasn't taking people from LSU. Yeah. And those position people, depth and
size.
You might
a little bit of speed.
You might get bigger, and they're playing in a weak conference. Let's don't sidestep it. Yeah. Colorado plays in a trash
Big 12's wide open.
But they're going to put 2 teams in the playoffs this year.
No, they're not.
One.
The Big 12 is.
No,
they'll put the conference champion by default.
Yeah, and they're barely. He'll be the last seed. We'll see. Nebraska and Cincinnati. Obviously, Nebraska's a 7-point favorite. I went with Nebraska.
I got Nebraska in a close one.
Where did you go?
Nebraska.
Okay. Yeah. I think Taylor went Cincy because he said that he felt like Dylan Rallio or whatever his name is, the mini-me of I almost called him Travis Mahomes, but Patrick Mahomes, the guy that tries to look like Patrick Mahomes.
He dresses him in every kind of way.
Yeah, really? But I believe in Matt Rule. I think he's a good coach. I just don't believe they have the talent there, and it's hard to get people to come to Nebraska. What is there to Nebraska? You can talk about Tom Osborne all you want. You can talk about all the Heisman Trophy hype that you want, but that's your grandpa's Nebraska. This Nebraska team does not grab the stars. They don't grab the people. And I think Matt Rule, if you watch, he might be in the SEC next year if he leaves Nebraska, if he has a pretty good year at Nebraska.
So now when you're calling it Nebraska being your grandpa's Nebraska, because their biggest years were like 95, 96.
Yeah.
Tennessee was 98. Is right there. Is that your grandpa's Tennessee?
They made the playoff last year.
Who did?
Tennessee.
Oh, yeah, Tennessee did, yeah. That one time.
I mean,
Texas made the playoffs, too, and they had never made the playoffs before that, you know.
Yeah, but still, I'm just saying, like, Nebraska's an old time.
So let me make an observation, because me and you, Paul, I'm sorry, only 2 games that we picked differently.
Oh, wow.
And he calls me an ACC fan. But here's the funny part about it. The 2 games that we disagree on, he picked Miami. Oh, they're in the ACC. And then he picked UNC. They're also in the ACC. Who's the real ACC fan here, Paul?
But the thing is they were playing trash conference people, TCU. And Notre Dame don't have a conference, so you just say whatever
They're
about
homeless.
them.
Homeless Notre Dame.
Yeah, they don't have a place to go. So either way, I'm a believer in Miami. I think Miami's going to have a great year. I think they're going to have a pretty good year, but I don't believe anybody from the other small colleges. I don't think they're going to have more than one team in there. There's a possibility that the ACC gets to. It won't be SMU for sure, but we will have to see, because these are pretty easy, but next week it's going to be a little bit harder, and I'm just curious to see what's going to happen. You know what, guys? We did Wednesday, and we did it right. Brandon, thanks again. We'll see you next Wednesday. We definitely will be looking forward to all next week. You've been listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here at 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida. We'll see you tomorrow.
You've read the headlines. You've seen the highlights. Highway robbery! But how about the unfiltered?